students, welcome you all back to Hans Commerce tutorial channel. Hope everybody is fine, enjoying the lectures. From the views from the subscribers, it appears that students are watching more and more videos, but I'm not getting the comments. Every day the viewers are increasing, subscribers are increasing, likes are increasing, but the only thing is I'm not getting sufficient comment. I want some feedback from the students about some suggestions. If you want to give regarding the lectures, please come forward, give some comments, give some suggestions so that we can be able to make some changes in our lectures. So far we have completed in investment management 4 units we have completed. That is introduction to investment, first unit we have completed, valuation of fixed income securities, then common stock valuation, 4th unit we have done about portfolio theory. So these, after completing these 4 units, now we are in the last 5th unit, portfolio evaluation and management. So this 5th unit can be divided into 2 parts. The first part of the 5th unit is regarding the mutual fund. What is mutual fund? What are the features of mutual fund? What are the different types of mutual funds? What are the schemes in mutual funds? Then what is NAV, net asset value? Then what are the loads or cost incurred in managing the fund? Then what are the advantages of mutual fund? Then what are the problems and prospects of mutual fund industry in India? These are the topics we are going to discuss in this unit. Apart from that, the second part is regarding performance evaluation of portfolio. How the portfolio is performing. If the portfolio is not performing, we have to change the portfolio by making a comparison between one portfolio with another portfolio, ranking the portfolio. So how to make the evaluation? We have different measures. We will calculate the index. By calculating the index, we can be able to evaluate the performance. That is the second part. Come on, we'll begin with mutual fund. Before starting the meaning of the term mutual fund, we'll go back to the definition of investment. In the first unit, second class, we have discussed about, first class itself, we have discussed about the meaning of the term investments. Investment is the activity which is concerned with purchasing an asset, whether financial asset or a physical real asset, by an individual or institution. By an individual or institution which produces some return. The return is commensurate with the risk over a specific future investment period. That was the definition of investment. थोड़ा सा elaborate करेंगे investment का definition को. We can see it is a purchase of an asset by an individual or institution. It is not saying that investment should be made only by individuals. No, investment can be made by the institutions also, by an organization, by a company, by a corporation. They can also make the investment. Now, secondly, we have discussed that for making investment, we need 2 things, money and information. If you want to be a successful investor, you must have the money, you must have the information. Very few people will have both. Very few investors are privileged to have both money as well as information. What we find in real practice is there are many people who have the money, but they don't have the information. And there are few people who have lots of information, but they don't have the money. They cannot become the good investors. अगर ये दोनों मिल गए, the people who have the money, no information, the people who have the information but no money, अगर ये दोनों मिल जाएंगे, तो it will be a common benefit to both. दोनों को फायदा. Both the group of people will get the benefit. So that is the main theme of mutual fund. Now you understood the point. Why I have gone back to the first unit? Because mutual fund is directly related with that one. First I have explained the definition. Mutual fund is, investment is concerned with purchase of an asset by an individual or institution. Here mutual fund is an institution. Purchasing the asset which produces the return, and the return is commensurate with the risk over a specific future period of time. That was the definition. Money and information are required. So now we will come directly to the point. Mutual fund. Mutual fund is a collective investment scheme or collective investment arrangement. Concentrate on the wording. Mutual fund is a collective investment arrangement. So what is this mutual fund? Mutual fund is an association or trust of a group of people, a group of public members who wish to make the investments, in the financial instruments or assets of the business sector. तो ये म्यूचुअल फंड एक एसोसिएशन है, एक ट्रस्ट है of public members who wish to invest the money in some securities, in some financial instruments or assets of business sector or corporate sector for the mutual benefit of its members. तो ये जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है म्यूचुअल फंड, ये ग्रुप ऑफ पब्लिक मेंबर्स है. ये लोग ये चाह रहे हैं कि पब्लिक से पैसा मोबिलाइज करेंगे और उससे फाइनेंशियल एसेट्स, फाइनेंशियल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स विल बी परचेज्ड सो दैट it will be benefited to all the members of the group, तो सारे ग्रुप के मेंबर्स आके मोबिलाइज करेंगे, पैसा जमा करेंगे, वो पैसे को इन्वेस्ट करेंगे, इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स खरीदेंगे, फाइनेंशियल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स एंड अदर एसेट्स ऑफ कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर, देन earn the income. Their income will be distributed, shared by the members. The fund collects the money of these members from their savings. See here, we have huge number of population. Huge population is there. Most of the people will have some savings, a small savings. If they do not invest the small savings, that will be consumed. No investment can take place. If there is an arrangement, if there is a possibility of saving the small investment, investing the small savings, it will be a big advantage to a large number of people. So the objective of this trust, objective of this association is to mobilize the small savings from the people and invest this in corporate sector, in diversified portfolio of financial assets. अब ये पैसा जो जमा करा हुआ है, मोबिलाइज करा हुआ है, इसको ऐसा इन्वेस्ट करेंगे, डाइवर्सिफाई करेंगे इन डिफरेंट कंपनीज, डिफरेंट इंडस्ट्रीज, डिफरेंट इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स, so that the risk will be minimized and the return will be maximized. More and more return in the form of income and capital appreciation, and this income will be distributed among the members of the group, and they enjoy collectively the benefits of expertise in investments by specialists in the trust. ये जो एसोसिएशन बना है, ट्रस्ट बना है, they are the specialist person, expert persons in making the investment. They have plenty of knowledge, good knowledge on investment and portfolio management. So the trust, it's a mutual benefit for the trust as well as among all the members. So mutual fund is thus a concept of mutual help. नाम ही उसका म्यूचुअल है, म्यूचुअल फंड है. तो ये ऐसा फंड है which is made to make mutual help to the members. पूरे मेंबर्स को म्यूचुअल हेल्प बनता. अब देखिए, individually without this mutual fund, some people are having more information, they don't have the money, they can't do anything with the information they have. They have a lot of experience, they have a lot of expert knowledge, specialist in making the investment, but they don't have the money. It is waste. Similarly, majority of people, middle income group people, they are having small savings. If there is no channel available for making the investment, the small savings will go for consumption. No investment will take place. So this is the meaning of the term investment. So we can say a mutual fund or a unit trust is a financial intermediary. Actually a mutual fund intermediary hai. What is the function of this intermediary? To collect the money, to mobilize the money from small savers and divert these savings to corporate sector for the economic development, for the growth of corporate sector. So बीच में intermediary, this is the intermediary between the investors and the borrowers. So normally it is sponsored by a bank or insurance company or any financial instrument. ये जो mutual fund का जो रहता है, ये trust, ये organization, it is sponsored. The mutual fund is sponsored either by a bank or insurance company or any financial institution. which mobilize saving from a large number of people. ये ट्रस्ट का काम यही रहता है कि पब्लिक से मोबिलाइज करेंगे स्मॉल स्मॉल सेविंग्स फ्रॉम मोस्टली हाउसहोल्ड्स, स्मॉल सेवर्स, छोटे छोटे सेवर्स जो मिडिल इनकम ग्रुप के हैं, थोड़ा सा मंथली सम अमाउंट दे कैन बी एबल टू सेव, so that small savings they can invest it in mutual fund and various schemes. There are plenty number of schemes available with the mutual fund, and whichever scheme is suitable to the investor, they can select that scheme. And the mutual fund will invest the money in different types of instruments because they are expert in making the investments. They will invest the money in equity, in debt, in government security, in different forms of securities they will invest, so that the total risk should get minimized and income should be maximized. This is the general meaning of the term mutual fund. तो अभी तक के डिस्कशन से आप लोग को ये पता चल गया होंगे म्यूचुअल फंड है क्या. एक ट्रस्ट है, एक फाइनेंशियल इंटरमीडियरी है, एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जो पब्लिक से पैसा मोबिलाइज करेंगे, उसको प्रोफेशनली तौर पे इन्वेस्ट करेंगे ताकि पूरे जो मेंबर्स है, सब्सक्राइबर्स है, दे विल गेट द बेनिफिट. सो दिस इज द कॉन्सेप्ट, दिस इज द मीनिंग ऑफ द टर्म म्यूचुअल फंड. नो स्पेसिफिक डेफिनेशन. इंडिया में पूरे म्यूचुअल फंड इंडस्ट्री को गवर्न करने वाला, रेगुलेट करने वाली बॉडी सेबी, सिक्योरिटीज एंड एक्सचेंज बोर्ड ऑफ इंडिया. सेबी हैज गिवन अ डेफिनेशन टू द टर्म म्यूचुअल फंड एंड वेरी गुड डेफिनेशन. It gives all the ingredients of the meaning of the term mutual fund. It defines mutual fund means a fund established in the form of a trust. Pahla point. Mutual fund is a fund which is established in the form of a trust to raise monies through the sale of units. ये trust जो बनाया गया है to raise the money from the public through sale of units. जैसा कंपनी के शेयर्स रहती हैं, वैसे म्यूचुअल फंड अपने यूनिट्स सेल कर रहा है. किसको सेल कर रहा? पब्लिक को. जो भी पैसा इन्वेस्ट करना चाह रहा म्यूचुअल फंड में, दे हैव टू परचेज द यूनिट्स व्हिच आर इश्यूड बाय म्यूचुअल फंड ईदर टू द पब्लिक और टू अ सेक्शन ऑफ पब्लिक अंडर वन और मोर स्कीम्स. अब म्यूचुअल फंड में एक स्कीम, एक मेनू है. ए नंबर ऑफ स्कीम्स आर अवेलेबल इन म्यूचुअल फंड. द पब्लिक हैज टू सेलेक्ट व्हिच स्कीम इज suitable for their purpose. Because different people will invest with different objective. हर इन्वेस्टर का ऑब्जेक्टिव एक जैसा नहीं होता. Different investors have different objectives. Accordingly, they will select the schemes. And for investing in securities, this trust is mobilizing the money from the public by selling the units so that this money can be invested in securities, including money market instruments. तो सिक्योरिटीज भी अलग अलग कैपिटल मार्केट इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स होता, मनी मार्केट इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स होता. तो ये म्यूचुअल फंड जो ट्रस्ट है, इट इज इन्वेस्टिंग द मनी नॉट ओनली इन कैपिटल मार्केट इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स बट ऑल्सो मनी मार्केट इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स. दिस द डेफिनेशन गिवन बाय सेबी. अ वेरी गुड डेफिनेशन फॉर म्यूचुअल फंड. होप इन दिस डिस्कशन यू गॉट द मीनिंग ऑफ द टर्म म्यूचुअल फंड. नाउ विल डिस्कस अबाउट the features already we have discussed, and one thing is that the mutual fund in India, the oldest mutual fund organization was Unit Trust of India. Unit Trust of India was the first mutual fund corporation which was established in 1964. सब में पुराना म्यूचुअल फंड इंडस्ट्री इंडिया में जो बना था वो UTI 1964 में, and it has monopoly power till 1987. So 1964 to 1987 there was only one mutual fund company in India, that is UTI, no other company. It has monopoly power. But later on in 1987 the government of India has given the permission to a number of other organizations to do this mutual fund business. So it is public sector enjoying monopoly position till 1987. So mutual funds have regarded an impressive growth in India in the last several years. तो 1964 से अब तक अगर देखा गया तो दिस म्यूचुअल फंड इंडस्ट्री हैज मेड एन इम्प्रेसिव ग्रोथ इन ऑल दीज years. While there was only one mutual fund, namely the Unit Trust of India, presently there are a number of mutual fund industry in both public sector and private sector. A new economic policy जब पास हुई है, न्यू इकोनॉमिक पॉलिसी होने के बाद the government has decentralized. The government has given the permission of mutual fund not only to public sector but many private sector organizations. Now, of course, UTI is still with its massive resources. ये decentralized होने के बाद भी still the largest mutual fund company is UTI only because they are having so huge resources and continues to dominate the mutual fund in India. The other organizations are SEBI. SEBI, the first bank which has started the mutual fund business in India was SEBI. After UTI, SEBI, Canara Bank, Punjab National Bank and some other nationalized banks have set up their own mutual funds. अब ये सब लोग स्टार्ट कर दिए. These funds cater to individual investor and small savers. तो जितने भी म्यूचुअल फंड है, they want to target the small savers. This is all about meaning, definition and features. Now we'll discuss about the types of mutual funds. See, म्यूचुअल फंड में जब एक आदमी इन्वेस्ट करता है तो उसके सामने बहुत सारे स्कीम्स है, टाइप्स है. पहले टाइप्स पढ़ेंगे फिर उसमें स्कीम्स भी देखेंगे. म्यूचुअल फंड्स आर ऑफ वेरियस टाइप्स एंड सेट फॉर वेरियस पर्पस एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव. एक टाइप का म्यूचुअल फंड नहीं रहता, कई टाइप के रहते अकॉर्डिंग टू द नीड्स ऑफ द इन्वेस्टर. इन्वेस्टर के नीड के हिसाब से, इन्वेस्टर के ऑब्जेक्टिव के हिसाब से. ब्रॉडली दे आर क्लासिफाइड अकॉर्डिंग टू नेचर ऑफ स्कीम एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ स्कीम. So we can easily classify the types of investment according to nature, according to objective. First we discuss about according to nature. So according to nature, the investment types are closed-ended scheme and open-ended scheme. Remember these two words. Closed-ended scheme and open-ended scheme. Subscription to closed-ended scheme is kept open for a limited period. एक महीने, 2 महीने, 3 महीने के लिए एक स्कीम बनाती कौन? म्यूचुअल फंड ट्रस्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. द म्यूचुअल फंड कंपनी हैज मेड ए स्कीम ओनली फॉर ए लिमिटेड पीरियड ऑफ 1 to 3 months. 1 महीने से 3 महीने तक. बस ये 3 महीने तक ये स्कीम ओपन रहती, 3 महीने के बाद क्लोज हो जाती है. तो एनीबडी कैन सब्सक्राइब, एनीबडी कैन बिकम ए मेंबर ऑफ दिस स्कीम बाय परचेजिंग द यूनिट्स. और एक बार 3 months हो गए, finished, the scheme is closed, no one else can enter the scheme now. The scheme is closed. Now, open-ended scheme. Open-ended schemes are open throughout the year. At any time, a person can go to the mutual fund company and they can make the investment in open-ended scheme. It is not limited for a period. It is always open. A closed-ended scheme does not allow investors to withdraw funds. और एक बात ये क्लोज्ड एंडेड स्कीम में एक बार पैसा इन्वेस्ट कर दिए तो फिर उससे पैसा विड्रॉ नहीं कर सकते. द ओनली थिंग ही कैन गो टू द सेकेंडरी मार्केट जस्ट लाइक शेयर्स. सेकेंडरी मार्केट्स में कोई भी स्टॉक एक्सचेंज में जाकर, जो स्टॉक एक्सचेंज में लिस्टेड है, वहां पर जाकर अपने यूनिट्स को बेच सकता है. बट द म्यूचुअल फंड कंपनी विल नॉट टेक बैक. Whereas the open-ended scheme at any time, it will be repurchased by the mutual fund company. So this at any time they can withdraw the money. A closed-ended scheme has a fixed maturity period. ये closed-ended scheme में जो units होती हैं, वो units एक period के लिए होते हैं. Maturity period is there 5 to 15 years. 5 साल से 15 साल तक अपना पैसा locked up है. अगर रखना है तो 15 साल तक म्यूचुअल फंड में रखो. अगर बीच में आपको पैसे की जरूरत पड़ी, सेकेंडरी मार्केट में जाके आप बेच दे सकते हैं यूनिट्स. दे आर मेनी बायर्स एंड सेलर्स इन द सेकेंडरी मार्केट. वेयरएज ओपन एंडेड स्कीम डज नॉट हैव अ मैच्योरिटी पीरियड. कोई मैच्योरिटी पीरियड नहीं है. एट एनी टाइम ए पर्सन कैन डिसइन्वेस्ट by going to the mutual fund company. The closed-ended schemes are listed in the secondary market, stock exchange. Stock exchange में ये closed-ended scheme के units listed रहते हैं, तो easily traded in the stock market. Now, open-ended scheme is available for subscription all through the year. 365 days of the year. The open-ended scheme is completely open. You can invest or you can disinvest at any time. These do not have a fixed period. Investors can conveniently buy and sell at NAV. What is this NAV? We will discuss in the next topic. So at net present value, the people can come and invest and disinvest them. So the key feature of open-ended scheme is liquidity. ये की फीचर, सब में बड़ा फीचर जो होता है, एडवांटेज जो होता है ओपन एंडेड स्कीम में, लिक्विडिटी है. मतलब एट एनी टाइम ए पर्सन कैन बी एबल टू get back his money, disinvest his investments. Now, closed-ended scheme. A closed-ended scheme has a stipulated maturity period, which is generally ranging from 3 to 15 years. 3 साल से 15 साल तक का मेच्योरिटी पीरियड रहता है. यानी कोई म्यूचुअल फंड 3 साल के लिए, 5 साल के लिए, 10 साल के लिए, 15 साल के लिए, इस तरह का पीरियड के लिए म्यूचुअल फंड देते हैं. द फंड इज ओपन फॉर सब्सक्रिप्शन ओनली फॉर a specific period. Investors can invest in the scheme at the time of the new fund offer, and thereafter they can buy and sell in the open market. तो न्यू ऑफर लिमिटेड पीरियड के लिए, वो लिमिटेड पीरियड में जिसको सब्सक्राइब करना है, इन्वेस्ट करना है, इन्वेस्ट कर लेना. उसके बाद अगर वो स्कीम में कोई इन्वेस्ट करना चाह रहे हैं तो दे हैव टू गो टू द सेकेंडरी मार्केट. दैट इज द क्लोज्ड एंडेड स्कीम. So we have discussed about closed-ended, open-ended scheme. Now, according to objectives, the mutual fund schemes can be divided into different categories. The first category is income scheme. Income scheme का मतलब ऐसी स्कीम जहां पर इन्वेस्टर का मेन वेटेज, he is focusing, he is emphasizing more on getting the regular income. अब एक इन्वेस्टर है, उसका ऑब्जेक्टिव ये है कि आई वांट a regular income. I don't want a huge capital gain, capital appreciation. I want a steady income, regular income. So there is a scheme available in mutual fund called income scheme. So the person can go and invest in that income scheme. He will get a steady rate of interest, steady rate of return. So what the mutual fund will do? The money collected from this income scheme will be invested in fixed income securities, government bonds, so that they can be able to get a fixed income. तो पैसा ये स्कीम से जो आएगा म्यूचुअल फंड में, वो पैसे को म्यूचुअल फंड ऐसे सिक्योरिटी में इन्वेस्ट करेगा जहां से एक रेगुलर इनकम आना. तो उधर से रेगुलर इनकम आएगा तो वो रेगुलर इनकम अपने यूनिट होल्डर्स को पे करेगा. ये इनकम स्कीम. उसी तरह ग्रोथ स्कीम. कुछ इन्वेस्टर्स ये कहते हैं आई एम नॉट कंसर्न्ड अबाउट इनकम. इनकम इज सेकेंडरी टू मी. द प्राइमरी इज आई वांट द ग्रोथ. आई वांट कैपिटल अप्रिसिएशन. आई वांट ह्यूज return. I'm not concerned about regular income. They can go for growth scheme. So in growth scheme, what the mutual fund will do? The mutual fund will collect the money from growth fund and invest in risky securities like equity, so that the return will be high. The return will be huge. तो एक स्कीम नहीं रहता, कई स्कीम रहते according to the needs of the customers. Next, balance scheme. Balance scheme is a combination of income and growth. कुछ इन्वेस्टर्स ये कहते हैं हमको एक मॉडरेट इनकम, हाई इनकम भी नहीं चाहिए, सब मॉडरेट इनकम एज वेल एज आवर इन्वेस्टमेंट शुड ग्रो. तो बोथ वी नीड. सो देयर इज अ स्कीम, ग्रोथ स्कीम, इन विच ड्वेल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स, इनकम एज वेल एज ग्रोथ. तो म्यूचुअल फंड विल कलेक्ट द मनी फ्रॉम दिस स्कीम एंड इन्वेस्ट in diversified securities. In diversified securities, some securities are debt instruments, some are equity, like that. Next, money market scheme. मनी मार्केट स्कीम एक ऐसा स्कीम है जहां पर इन्वेस्टर्स ये चाहते हैं, आई वांट लिक्विडिटी, वी वांट कंप्लीट लिक्विड इन्वेस्टमेंट्स. हमको ऐसा चाहिए एट एनी टाइम इट शुड बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू कैश. हमको कैश की कब जरूरत पड़ेंगे नहीं पता है, लिहाजा जब भी हमको कैश की इमीडिएटली हमको कैश चाहिए. वी आर नॉट बॉदर्ड अबाउट इनकम और ग्रोथ. इवन स्मॉल इनकम इट्स ओके, बट द मेन कॉन्सेंट्रेशन इज ऑन लिक्विडिटी. सो दे विल गो फॉर मनी मार्केट स्कीम. What the mutual fund trust will do, the money collected from money market scheme will be invested in short-term instruments like commercial paper or different types of short-term instruments like interbank call money or certificate of deposit, like that. Last one is tax saving scheme. कुछ इन म्यूचुअल फंड्स में कुछ स्कीम ऐसे भी है जो कि टैक्स सेविंग टू द इन्वेस्टर्स. अब एक इन्वेस्टर है, ही इज इन हाई ब्रैकेट टैक्स ग्रुप. नाउ ही वांट टू रिड्यूस हिज टैक्स लायबिलिटी. Income Tax Act has given a number of provisions where an investor can make the investment and will get the tax benefit under section 88, like that. 88 section में भी है और capital gains में भी है. If a person is having capital gain, he can invest in mutual fund, he will get the exemption. ऐसे कुछ deduction and exemptions are available by investing in mutual fund. So अगर कोई हाई टैक्स ब्रैकेट ग्रुप का इन्वेस्टर है तो उन्हें आके बेनिफिट ले सकता by investing in tax saving schemes. So these are the different types of schemes in mutual fund. Now we'll discuss about net asset value. Net asset value is a very important concept in mutual fund. Actually, the money collected by mutual fund will be invested in securities. अब एक म्यूचुअल फंड बिजनेस कंपनी है, यूटीआई है. यूटीआई has collected lot of funds by different schemes and these funds will be invested in financial instruments, securities. अब ये securities का value every day it will fluctuate in the market. अब securities, for example, 1000 securities, 1000 shares है. Market value of shares is 100 rupees. तो 100 into 1000 is 1 lakh rupees. तो 1 lakh rupees is the value of this shares. इसी तरह बहुत सारे securities है, पूरों का market value मालूम करेंगे. The total market value of assets they will have. From that market value of assets they will deduct the liabilities. The total present value, market value of all assets held by mutual fund in the form of securities minus liabilities divided by number of units issued by the company, by the mutual fund company. Mutual fund company अपने subscribers को कितने units issue करा, वो denominator. तो NAV का formula क्या हो गया? NAV is equal to market value of all financial instruments held by the company minus liabilities divided by total number of units outstanding. We'll get NAV. So on the basis of NAV only, the people will buy and sell their units. अपने units को बेचते खरीदते on the basis of NAV. And NAV will not be fixed. It will fluctuate from time to time. So daily NAVs will be published in the financial newspapers. So in different channels, we can be able to get the NAV of different mutual funds companies. So this is the concept of NAV. Now the initial expenses and other cost of funds. Initial expenses and other. See here, to maintain this mutual fund also costs are incurred. The costs are administrative costs. Administrative and other costs relating to the issue and redemption of units by the investor. Investor जब पैसा लगाता, पैसा निकालता, तो ये टाइम पे कुछ एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव कॉस्ट होता म्यूचुअल फंड का. अब वो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव कॉस्ट कौन बेयर करना? जब बेनिफिट सब्सक्राइबर्स ले रहे हैं तो कॉस्ट भी सब्सक्राइबर्स बेयर करना. तो द कॉस्ट विल बी पुट ऑन द हेड ऑफ सब्सक्राइबर्स. सब सब्सक्राइबर्स मिलकर कॉस्ट बेयर करना. तो इसको लोडिंग कहते हैं. लोडिंग का मतलब द कॉस्ट ऑफ म्यूचुअल फंड, administrative cost and other operating cost of the mutual fund company, and those costs should be borne by all the subscribers or all unit holders. तो ये unit holders को कैसा cost incur कैसा bear करना पड़ेगा? There is a loading, entry load and exit load. तो पहला मेथड ये है entry load. By deducting these expenses when investors join the scheme. अब एक आदमी 10,000 रुपीज इन्वेस्ट कर रहा है, 10,000 रुपीज इन्वेस्ट कर रहा है, तो एट द टाइम ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट ओनली द म्यूचुअल फंड कंपनी विल पुट एंट्री लोड. वो 10,000 रुपीज में से 500 रुपीज डिडक्ट कर देते हैं कॉस्ट ऑफ मेंटेनिंग द फंड. अब बचे उसके 9,500. वो 9,500 के यूनिट्स उसको अलॉट करेंगे. तो उसको अलॉटमेंट ऑफ यूनिट्स 10,000 के नहीं होंगे. वो 10,000 में से एंट्री लोड निकालकर 9,500 रुपीज के यूनिट्स अलॉट करेंगे. This is one method of absorbing the cost. Secondly, by deducting deferred load. Deferred load का मतलब जितना भी लोडिंग है, जितना कॉस्ट है, उसको एंट्री के वक्त या एग्जिट के वक्त नहीं निकालेंगे, बल्कि ड्यूरिंग द पीरियड व्हेन ही होल्ड्स द यूनिट. वो यूनिट्स कितने साल तक उन्हें होल्ड कर रहा, वो पीरियड में डिफर्ड करेंगे. ऑन सम सिस्टमैटिक बेसिस द कॉस्ट विल बी डिडक्टेड. सेकेंड मेथड. द थर्ड मेथड इज एग्जिट लोड. Exit load का मतलब the loading will be charged at the time of exit from the scheme. जब इन्वेस्टर अपने पैसे डिसइन्वेस्ट करता, निकाल लेता, तो वो टाइम पे उसमें उसके जो पैसे पे कर रहे हैं उसमें से कॉस्ट को निकाल देंगे, लोडिंग निकाल देंगे. एग्जाम्पल, today's NAV is 100 rupees. NAV is 100 rupees and I am having 1000 units. 1000 यूनिट्स है मेरे पास. एक यूनिट का एल.डी.बी 100 रुपीज़।